Welcome back, everybody, to the All Things NBA from A to Z podcast, presented as always by ballislife.com. I am Kris Pursiainen, joined by Zach Noble. We're back at it, resuming our series previewing the entire NBA ahead of the 2026 season. Quick intro, we're going to get right into it. We talked about the Lakers, the T-Wolves, the Suns, the Blazers, the Hawks. We talked about a bunch of teams in the last installment of this that we think should buy. We think these teams should be buyers in the 2026 season. We don't equate them all in terms of quality of roster or, prognostication of how their season's going to go. This is just grouping teams by what their goals should be. So we have a sellers and tankers episode. This is part 2 of the buyers series. We have a contenders episode coming next. Zach, my man, we're going to start with a team that I think many people would want to be a contender, would like to see be a contender because of Giannis Antetokounmpo being their superstar. The Milwaukee Bucks are a fascinating team ahead of this season because they did the unprecedented. A domino fell in the second apron era of the NBA. There we go, where a team waved and stretched to Damian freaking Lillard because he was going to be out for a year so that they would not waste a second of Giannis Antetokounmpo's prime. They go out and get Myles Turner. I don't know if you saw his comments today that he's excited to finally be somewhere where he feels celebrated. Oof.
I love it.
But
We need
what do we
that
think about
spice.
the Milwaukee Bucks, man? How good of a team are they? Is this the third best team in the East? Is this the fifth, sixth best team in the East? What are we working with? Because I don't
I
know.
always, I was a little surprised by those comments. First of all, I mean, I've known Miles a little bit. He's been on the show a couple of times, and I mean, he's always seemed genuine and authentic that he wanted to be in Indianapolis, and that the management at least liked him. But the fact that he made those comments, it makes it seem like he thinks they were always trying to get him out, and it wasn't just league circles swirling, it was actually internal. So yeah, I feel kind of bad. I mean, it's a shitty situation to be in limbo on that, but no, happy he feels that way here. And I love the fit. I love the replacement of Brook Lopez. I absolutely was ecstatic when that happened with Damian Lillard, because I thought Giannis's reign in Milwaukee was done. And no, I'm not ecstatic that he was injured by any means. Don't get that wrong. But like the fact that they were able to get rid of him, like that's such a rare thing. And sometimes the team's one's not smart enough to do it. Two, like to find a trade partner like that. So it was a win-win for everybody. Everybody seemed happy on that. But honestly, the moves aren't all the way there. Like, sure, they can be a regular season top 4 team for sure. Like, I wouldn't be shocked at that. I'd be really surprised if they finished in the top 2, though. I don't love their depth right now unless somebody like Cole Anthony or Amir Coffey took a leap. Uh, Cole's more realistic, but I mean, I've always been super high on Amir, and I don't see where else it's coming from. Like, I think we're getting the same old Kyle Kuzma. I think we're getting Gary Trent Jr. Gary Harris isn't going to take that much of a leap. I mean,
But if he's
he
healthy, Gary's
right.
a solid player. Also, Ryan Rollins, right?
I knew you were going to say that,
What
but
do
I
they
need
have
more,
there?
man.
What do they have there? You need more. We might see it this year. Then what? Then what? You're going to say, oh, but he needs to do it in the playoffs. So then now the
No,
goalposts
no,
are on
no.
wheels. So what I'm saying is, I don't think it needs to come from Cole Anthony. Like, listen, I don't think this is some star-studded roster. I see Giannis Antetokounmpo, Myles Turner, Gary Trent Jr., and I can understand that making some basketball sense with a guy like AJ Green, a guy like Gary Harris, if he can stay healthy. Amir Coffey, like, not supposed to save the world here. Like, he's probably behind Trent Jr. and Torian Prince on that depth chart. Like, that's okay.
My
Um,
my thing with the Bucks, though, I just want to say is like
Bobby Portis is
I
still
don't mind
there.
the player. I don't mind the players, but it's the fit around Giannis. Like, I don't think these guys are like a puzzle that you need to like get going. I mean, I think they're they're a team that you can just put out there and win a bunch of games in the regular season. I don't think they're like, especially with Doc Rivers at the helm. I mean, I think you
But
need a
what?
lot
So
more.
then, what is Doc good at? You know what I mean? Like Doc has stuck in the league for long enough. He may not be the elite coach that some
You
want
just
him to
average at
be.
everything, man.
But average is not bad. Average is average. So if that's how you feel, like I don't think they're totally doomed. I think if this team wants to gel and figure it out, I do think there's a baseline level of talent here where, yeah, maybe I have the Atlanta Hawks, the New York Knicks, the Cleveland Cavaliers finishing ahead of them in the standings. Maybe I look at a team like the Philadelphia 76ers and say, hey, if everyone stays healthy, which, history has shown is not likely, but we can't erase the possibility, that could be another team that finishes ahead of Milwaukee. So maybe this Bucks team is a 5th or 6th seed in this year's Eastern Conference, because I didn't even bring up the Orlando Magic yet. So you talk about some of these big hitters in the East. I just think the Bucks are one of them. I don't think they're the biggest hitter. I don't think they're the strongest, the toughest, the loudest. They might be the tallest, and that might get them somewhere. They might not be able to blow teams out of the water every night. They might not play anything close to Oklahoma City ball. Kyle Kuzma might not be an all-star for them. Cole Anthony might not break out and have a 6-man of the year campaign. Like, there's all these things that we can acknowledge as likely to not happen and still understand that Ryan Rollins, AJ Green, okay, Kyle Kuzma, Taurean Prince, Portis, Turner, Giannis. You even think about some of the other depth pieces like Cole Anthony and Kevin Porter Jr. are kind of wild cards, but you might get something. They've gotten something. I'm looking at some of these guys and going, okay, this team isn't totally rudderless with the young core, with the younger guys. I mean, also, didn't they get they have Mark Sears, like
Yeah.
probably not going to be a stud right away, but my point is more so like these guys might be all right in practice. Cormac, like these guys might hold up in practice. The Bucks,
No,
if
they
they
have players.
challenge
It's just
themselves and that top 8 comes through, like Green, Trent, Rollins, Antetokounmpo, Turner, Portis, Prince, Kuzma is their top 8. That's the core of what they're doing. I don't hate it. So
outside of Giannis though and Myles, like where's this top 5 defense coming in that I think they would need to even be
yeah, I don't think
considered?
you can't think of it so like take oriented though. Like the defense just needs to be solid. It needs to be solid. The
Right, and
defense needs to
solid
be
would be top 10. Solid would be
not.
top.
If the defense needs to be solid, I'd say yeah, like 10 to 12. If
Like
I
last
think
year
their
was their
defense,
worst defense in the Giannis era. Like,
yeah, not good.
and a lot of those guys are returning. So I don't know, man. Would be my biggest concern. Like I like their offensive pieces, and sure, I don't think Gary Harris revival on defense is coming. I don't
No, yeah, I get
think
it.
Tyler Smith is getting a ton of tick. And honestly, Myles Turner, a lot of people have been saying his defense is faded. I mean, I've been kind of biased towards him,
I
but
think he's good. He's
I know
got it.
I'm a believer in his defense yet. I like it, but I mean, again, a lot of people push back on that against me. So
I don't think I think Karl Anthony Towns in that matchup in the playoffs with the spacing the Knicks did have was all right. We'll see. I'm not totally writing them off, even though I'm
I
not
was gonna
completely
call you.
writing them off.
I was gonna. No, that's good. I'm with you then. I was gonna call you out on your Ryan Rollins take that you're just surviving off college tape yet, but no, I've
No,
forgot.
what do you mean? He was
He
like a
actually
stud
had a
last
couple.
year.
Okay, I love that. But like he did. What do you
He
think his
was
career high
good.
was last year?
Who cares? This
No, I
2K
know.
ass
I'm
method of
just seeing it.
evaluating players.
What would you
I,
guess?
18 points.
Not bad. It's 23, but
Okay,
he
cool.
he had a couple. He had a couple really good games, and that I would have guessed
John
about it.
Morse said today he's taken a huge leap. So listen, man, if that's
No,
how
I
that
was gonna.
goes,
That's why I didn't release my take because I caught myself before it came out that he had a couple moments last year, and they weren't in
he
like blowouts. They were
6'10",
during.
6'10" wingspan, 6'10" wingspan, right? 87th percentile in the NBA in deflections per 75 possessions. He's active. He's long and he's active, right? That shows he's got the length and the length is functional. All right.
Maybe there's
Now,
the defense.
he was one of 10 players last year with more than a 2.5% steal percentage and more than a 1.9% block percentage. 1.9 assist to turnover. Not going to knock your socks off. Okay. We get it. But he was 55% on twos, 40% on threes, 15% assist rate. Like steal percentage, I just can't. Like the other guys were Suggs, Daniels, Caruso, Lonzo. Like this is a good player. So you have Rollins. I think that's your starter. That's your point of attack bully. That's your demon. That's
that would be sick if he started.
That's your starter at point guard. He's got to. So that's your starter, and then you have
like
Trent
Andrew Nemhard, maybe that type of ceiling, but a better defender.
If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. Like
offensive game.
I'm in on him. So what do the Bucks need to go out and acquire? I mean, I would look to see if they can't upgrade on the Kyle Kuzma spot or the Bobby Portis spot. This is no slight to either of those players, but say there's someone who with a big time salary that you don't think a team is going to take. Well, if they take Kuzma and Portis, maybe they could swing a deal like that and not have to give up young talent like Smith or any of their guys they value. So I don't know. I'm interested in this Bucks team. I mean, I think they really messed up by giving away AJ Johnson. But that's not the end of the world. Ryan Rollins is a stud. They can definitely get over that. So yeah, let's
they better be able to get over AJ Johnson.
So far, sure, but if he turns into a stud, it doesn't look so great. Obviously, hindsight's 2020. Any player that comes to mind that you'd want the Bucks to pick up, like if the Heat are a tire fire, I'd tell Milwaukee, like, go see if you can't trade Kuzma for Norm Powell or something like that.
Now you're speaking my language there. But I need a little more defense. Yet. I mean,
could this be a team that
look at DeJounte Murray?
I think he's better on offense than defense, man.
A lot of people think that.
A lot of people are dumb. A lot of people.
Him and Myles Turner fit in that similar category. Like they've had a couple banging years on defense, like all defensive type years, yet people know them more by their offense.
Grayson Allen back to Milwaukee. That's a guy they should look into.
Oh, we got to think bigger than that. Think bigger.
I'm thinking just big enough.
Say if the Grizzlies fall apart, go get Jaren Jackson Jr. Unload the picks.
What are they? Turner and whatever picks they have left, and a share of the minority stake in the franchise. Like what the heck? I'm done with you. All right, listen, let's go out west. I want to talk about
that was right off the cuffs.
I want to talk about the Memphis Grizzlies. We're gonna go right to them because I can't believe you just said that, and now we need to like sage the air with better Grizzlies discourse.
Where's Kyrie when you need him?
Yeah. This is a team with some good players. Is this a good team?
If Ja can stay healthy, I hate like going right to that, but like this is one of the top candidates for one player's health. Very few teams have a more important one player's health than this team. I mean, now that Desmond Bane's gone.
Well, so that's the thing. How are they? So where's the Bane production getting replaced?
I believe wholeheartedly that it's going to come by the transaction they just made. But like, Cedric Coward, I just don't know if it's coming this year and 2 years from now. Like, I think it could come quicker because he's an older guy. What? You don't think he's that good?
That's just crazy. You got to think about that sentence for a second.
I was dead right. Go listen back to my Desmond Bane takes. I got before the draft. I was so high on Desmond Bane.
That's not.
Cedric Coward, same way for me. Same way.
I had Bane in top 11 or 12. I was very in on him. I totally agree about Coward. I think he's a stud. I think that was a great move by them. Jalen Wells, really sucks that he got hurt, but he's an important part of what they do.
Yep.
Like Vince Williams Jr. It would be nice for him to have a big year, or someone like PJ Hall. GG Jackson is the question for me. He's kind of the X factor here. How good can he be? Can he help them with Cedric Coward replace that Desmond Bane production? Because if he can, if Zach Edey's having a good season powered by Isolo hoops and Coward and GG Jackson look good, John Morant and JJJ are staying healthy and clicking, like this is a team. This is a real team that could be playing at a top 10 level. So my question is, they should buy, but what should they look for? I mean, would it be a consolidation move? Would it be,
Yes,
I think
100%.
maybe moving Brandon Clark. I think it's maybe, I know some injury news just came out. It feels like that jump shot thing happened and things have not been the same since. Maybe Clark, and if they could move like Clark, and because they have Jock Landale now, right? So if they could take like Clark and Conchar, that is how much money? Something like
This is the best depth
18,
they've had in the John Morant era. I'm going to go on a
18
limb and say
million.
that.
Clark and Conchar. I don't want to just say for Norm Powell again, but like maybe for Norm Powell.
They need a
Every
bigger
team needs
star
to
than that.
trade. Every team should trade for Norm Powell. I'm Team Zach now. But no, tell me, Clark and
He's a game
Conchar.
changer for sure. But
Clark and Conchar for Norm wouldn't hit.
it would hit.
Miami would need a third team, but like Memphis now they'd have better depth, right? Because they have bigs, they have Edey Jackson, they have Jock Landale, so I think they can afford to move Clark.
I think the sleeper move of the offseason honestly could have been getting Ty Jerome. Like,
yeah, that's so Jerome and KCP is a pretty good
I really love this depth. Like this
depth addition. Yeah. They've got a sixth man point guard,
It's just how I don't believe in John Morant, dude, when it comes to playoff time. He's never shown me anything. Like, I believe in Jaren Jackson Jr. that he can be a second or third guy on a championship team, but I'm not there on John. I never really have been since like maybe his rookie or second year. But
listen, I understand, but you also can't deny that if they're clicking, right? Like if they're clicking,
oh yeah,
this is going to be a good team with good talent. So could they take a KCP?
You want my banger? All right, Devin Booker. The Suns suck.
Would that be built around John Morant? Would that be like
No. You go Ja, Devin, JJJ, Edey, and then you fill in the last one with whoever.
So you trade Phoenix. What is the trade? KCP, GG Jackson,
probably Coward.
Ty Jerome and Coward,
and picks. Yeah, a shit ton of picks. Like I think they have the pieces to what Phoenix's whistle a little bit. But Booker's what gets him over the top. And honestly, I really see him on the move if Phoenix sucks. Like, he's too good to just sit in mediocrity. He loves Phoenix. He does.
I was gonna say he would have moved by now.
No.
Like
Nah, he can suffer. He hasn't suffered for a couple years in a while. Like, he's been in the playoffs with KD, bro.
What happened last year? They missed the postseason.
That's because KD got hurt.
And because they were ass outside of KD and Booker.
Yeah. All right.
So
scratch that part.
Yeah.
But okay. So with that said, I mean, he could suffer for one more full season, I bet tops. Like,
yeah, so it's not going to be.
I just listened to an interview with him, like at a golf event, and he just loves Phoenix. Like he's shown no inkling in anything anywhere, but playing with Team USA, experiencing playing in a finals, he's too young, too good to suffer in silence.
I don't see the Memphis thing. I mean, I could see
if it's
big city. If it's Ja Morant headlining that package, which is where I think that would have to start. I don't think Phoenix is trading Booker. Like, I don't think Phoenix has any problem having Booker be the commander of mediocrity there. Like, that's what they were for years. I know they have new ownership now. New ownership came in guns blazing, trying to change things. Did not go very well. I know he said that now they'll probably be good because everyone said they'd be good and they were bad. So now everyone says they'll be bad, so they'll be good. But that's funny until they win 29 games. Like, I can't.
They're going to win more than 29 games. Take the over there.
I think they can be in the play-in. I just don't think
they're.
I don't think they have a like. Look at their roster, dude. Not good.
Staring at it.
Not good. So anyway, I would say for Memphis, like,
it's got all your deep cuts that I think you would just be enamored with. Like,
I love a lot of their play, like Dylan Brooks.
There we go.
Love that for them. Mark Williams.
No, I'm
love that
more,
for them.
I'm thinking more like your Kobe Brea, your Rasheer Fleming.
Oh, Brea's a stud. Brea's gonna be good. Malawach is raw though. He's gonna need it. He's gonna need some time. Brea is a stud.
But Malawach is for sure actually going to get minutes right away.
Kobe is a stud. That guy at Summer League looked like Booker. That guy just straight up looked like Devin Booker at Summer League. Like, he talk about play style fit. He's going to work off the ball with Book as a shooter. He's going to work on the ball with the bench units, running pick and roll as a shooter again. Like, that kid's a threat coming in. The A10 pumps out NBA products. The Dominican Republic pumps out NBA products. What a special player. Dominican A10 NBA player. He's going to be the GOAT.
That's your guy right there.
He's going to be Michael Jordan, but even better. And I think we should leave it there. Anyway, the Grizzlies, go out, get some guys that can get some guys that are really good on one side of the ball. Like, go out and get a specialist. Go out and get someone who, I don't want to say like the Chris Dunns of the world, but like Scottie Pippen Jr. kind of has to be that for them, or else they don't have it. KCP would have to be that for them on the wing, or else, Coward has a lot on his shoulders as a rookie. So I think they can improve their depth more. I think they can make some necessary sacrifices to go ahead and get where they want to be. Let's keep it pushing. Let's go back.
I'd love there.
Go for it. We always do this. Go for it.
Send LeBron there.
Oh my God! What is the point of that? Like, who is that for?
He's like the perfect fit there. Come on, like, let's be honest.
I guess there's also just something wrong with you, dude. We're gonna go back out to the Eastern Conference, and you're gonna shut your trap about LeBron to the Grizzlies.
We're gonna get serious.
All right, that's no, we never do that, but we're just not going to talk about LeBron to the Grizzlies. We're going to go back out east. I want to bring up a team. I don't want to get them out of the way, but we've podcasted about them at length this offseason, the Philadelphia 76ers, man. Let me put it like this. Do you agree with me that they are stuck buying because the Embiid and George contracts no one's going to trade for? So the only thing you can possibly do is try and make the most of it, because even if you do shut them down and tank, you still can't build a winner with stud young talent with that much of your cap sheet taken up. Like, is that kind of all there is to say about this team? Or do you have some other like unique angle besides hope that Maxey, McCain, and Edgecombe are fun enough for this team to be watchable, and that George and Embiid are healthy enough for this team to win some games?
No, I think that was basically the two ways of asking the same question. But the answer to both of them is yes. They're obviously trying to win as much as they can, or else they would have shipped Paul George out years ago, and I think they really should have. I don't think they're in that much trouble as some may think it, because I think they have a great plan B here. I really think they're prepared for the next revolution if Embiid goes down again. So it just comes down to, is Embiid and George healthy? Or if they're not, ship them out for whatever you can. Or if it's not working out, move on. Time to go the Maxey, McCain, Edgecombe world. And either way, I think it's a really fun core. Outside of Paul George, of course.
What kind of pieces should this team be looking to trade for?
I don't think they need to trade for anything.
Priorities 1 and 2 are moving the Georgia and Embiid deals, but that's just not going to happen. So what can they do? Like, should they not look to go out and I don't know, turn this Grimes situation into like Tari Eason? Like, what can they attach there? Because
Dude,
Eason doesn't
that'd
have
be
a new
unreal.
deal.
I mean,
Grimes
he's a,
played in Houston. Grimes played at Houston. That's what led him to the NBA, was his time at Houston. So he's from Texas. Like, is there something there?
I mean, Tari Eason, you can tell me he fits basically anywhere. He's one of the few guys that I think almost fits with anybody, but
Yeah, no, he's really good. Like,
they're not trading him or even considering anytime soon. I don't think.
he doesn't have a new deal.
Yeah, but they can last a
I know
full
that
year,
doesn't
another full
guarantee he's
year.
getting traded. My point is, do they see what's going on with all this Kuminga, Giddey, Cam Thomas, Quentin Grimes, hullabaloo around the league? And do they say, let's get out in front of this. Let's get Grimes. We'll tell him he's going to be great off of KD and Amen and Şengün. He's going to be a big part of what we want to do here. And I think they should just pay Tari like they just paid Jabari.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, is there something here?
I would personally say, so my question to you would be, do you think these guys are playing too much in the middle right now of two different eras, or
They can't not. They can't not.
Right.
Like, what should they have done?
So you think
Drafted
there's
less good players? You know what I
right.
mean? Like, they've got to do the
I'm
most
gonna
they can
trade
with
it
what they have.
for more of a veteran guy. I mean, you still probably
But for
could.
what? For what? Like, they're not going to be a contender. So they
I
kind
mean,
of have
I
to just
didn't
be
come
as
necessarily prepared, loaded with Philadelphia Sixers trade targets, but I mean, like a Jeremy Grant type. I'm not saying I'd trade Edgecombe for him, no, but like,
hell no. That's not a
no,
conversation. But you're
I
saying,
know
like,
that's not what I'm.
trying to make the most of that situation, like
Yeah,
get
if
him for
that's
buy low. I mean, buy
if
low on guys and try and get something out of them. I
I
agree
personally
with
think
you.
they
Like,
can
what
win with
else?
the team they got if the young guys like are good enough to play because they're going to be playing them so that they're forced to be a part of this core no matter what, McCain and Edgecombe. But are they going to be good enough both ways? And is Paul George going to be better than last year? Which no guarantees. I mean, he's almost in the Bradley Beal section, wherever you want to put that.
We'll see, right? If he's bought into the right things, I think he can have a bounce back year.
Like
But if
the
Embiid's
fits
hurt,
are
if
there.
Embiid's body can't go, there's an immediate ceiling on a team that's using that much of their cap on someone that can't
Yeah.
play. So I think they
I
need to
would just
go
say
and
this.
they need to look for young guys that they can buy low on. First priority, the Tari Eason kind of contract situation or kind of player. And then after that, I agree with you, Zach. They got to just buy low on anyone because this is if Daryl Morey is going to be good for something here, I think his basketball evaluation can help him find undervalued players right now. And I think that's a strength of his. So go out and find them because you got nothing to lose, man.
Yeah. I think they play it like with the roster as is for the first, I don't know, 20, 30 games. And if Embiid's looking full peak, if Paul George is looking a little better, if they're looking like closer to a contender, then you go out and try to get like a Pascal Siakam, a Lauri Markkanen. You try
Why
to
would Indiana be traded? I could see so
Indiana
Markkanen,
is. I don't think they're gonna
they just went to
shop
the
Pascal Siakam.
finals.
I know. I understand that, but like they have no chance this year without Halliburton. Like
So they're not going to trade that. They're just going to wait for Halliburton to get back. Like they're not going to.
that is my prediction of what they're gonna do. But you
All
never
right.
know if
Established. The other name. I think
Lauri
there could
Markkanen.
be a little more of something there. I would actually
Yep,
really like that for the Philadelphia 76ers because that's a buy low.
for sure. So
If
same with
the
like
Jazz do
Jeremy
it.
Grant would be a buy low.
I don't know about Walker Kessler. I think they want a lot for him, but
Walker Kessler is not gonna play with Embiid.
Embiid doesn't play.
That's fair. I mean, if
And
but
maybe
like
if he does,
if
he
you're getting
needs to
rid of
be a
Embiid,
four.
that's more entertaining. That's more intriguing. Um,
So you get it. They need to. They can't shake everything up. So they need to make the most of what they have, which is not terrible, but also not good enough which is why I'm saying Lauri Markkanen, not Anthony Simons because they have Maxey and McCain, but like just go buy low on guys. Go buy low on guys for the sake of buying low, because that is going to be the only way you get yourself ready once these contracts expire.
When do you
That's how
give up
you
on Embiid though? That's my question for you. When do you give up on Embiid? So
they committed to him for years. Like they can't.
Yes, but I'm just saying they can get somebody will trade for him. We've seen
No
every
way.
trade happen, dude. We've seen. Not saying it's
No
going to be a
one
good
in the
trade.
second apron era, no one's taking that deal.
I'm trying to think of the deals that have happened in the second apron era.
Damian Lillard got waived. Embiid got a 3-year, $193 million extension through the 2029 season. Nobody is trading for that deal. 2029. Like there's going to be a new president by the time that deal runs out. No one's trading for that. No way.
Katie's not that way.
No, dude. There's nothing unless you give me like the Pelicans would trade Zion because they think they're so screwed. The Hornets are not trading LaMelo like they're for
Bradley
Embiid.
Beal was before the second apron era.
That's what I'm telling you, man. This is not happening. This is not happening. No one is trading for that contract. This is not happening.
So,
they need to improve because they have nowhere else to go. Lauri Markkanen, top priority.
Here's
Cross
the
them off
scenario.
the list. God
Here's
bless.
The scenario. Say he's looking good again, but the team sucks. Like say there's a 6 through a 10 seed or something, but he's looking good. It's just Paul George sucks.
Whether it's fair to him or not, teams are going to go, this is the last time he's going to be healthy. They're not going to bet.
So you think you sell high right away?
Yes, but I don't think there's a market. Like I don't think anyone will
not
pay
even if
high.
he plays good and looks good.
No, because they'll think he'll get injured. I don't think there's a market.
It won't be a good market, but I mean, if he's
what, you don't have to give up 2 firsts to get the deal off. Just like salary dump.
I mean,
no one would salary.
He's looking as good as I'm picturing for 20 games. I don't think.
When was the last time he did that?
Last year for a couple games.
And then what happened?
Right, but they didn't think about selling him. I mean,
but
his
no
value
one's
is
going
still there
to go give up first-round picks to go get him in the middle of a good stretch.
No, I'm just saying not having to give up first-round picks.
I don't think I don't think the market's there. We're going to disagree on this. We can talk about it later with Al. Let's go back out west.
You need to see a full 1-2 seasons in a row, huh?
No, because teams would see that and go, okay, that's the last time he's going to be that healthy. We should not trade for him. I genuinely think that's the perception, because it's brutal what we've been seeing in all-time.
You're gonna have to stretch him, huh?
Skilled, all-time talented, all-time skilled player. So it's heartbreaking. But I think that's the reality of it. Listen, man, we got an easy one next up. We're gonna go from legendary big to legendary big. Let's go to the Spurs. Let's go back out west. We're playing ping pong with conferences. This is an easy one for me. Obviously, the Spurs should look to get better. They should not do so at a cost that is detrimental to them now. They should not do so by floating all of their future picks away, because they've already traded enough of those in that De'Aaron Fox deal. Here's my question. Should they be open to trading Fox or Harper this season, or is the fit there? You think it'll work, and they should just look at, upgrading on the Keldon Johnson, the Vassell spots?
So my old take before Wemby got there would have been, it's San Antonio. You try to make the fit work. You're not attracting free agents, but
Parker and Ginobili, Fox and Harper, that would be sweet, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, Popovich isn't there anymore to make that work. I'm not sold on the coach
the talent was the talent regardless, but I get it. Yeah, you really didn't like that they didn't have a coaching search, right?
Correct. Yeah, I hated that. But I mean, I'm at the point where I do think I'm sold on San Antonio can attract free agents if we think Wemby keeps growing. You're right. I mean, and
I think he's done
Texas, and
growing,
the second apron is forcing people to go to places they don't necessarily want to go. I truly believe that, for money and other reasons as well. But yeah, I think you try to make it work, and you got to give it at least a full year. I mean, there's no sell high on this or whatever, but like as long as it's trending somewhat in the right direction,
that's enough.
and
Yeah,
yeah,
I think
100%.
Harper and Fox are two really talented players. I think they
Right. The
should see it
talent's
through.
good enough to try to let it
If I
work.
if I were them, is there a move where you could trade someone like Keldon Johnson, and not draft capital, but just find a team that wants to swap players and find a better fit than Keldon? Sure, I like what Keldon is for them. I like what Devin Vassell is for them, but should they be willing
Both
to?
their both their sell highs are running out of time, I'll tell you that.
So that's the thing is like, how much do they believe in Carter Bryant? Because I think that was a great pick. And
Yes.
if I'm them, I'm looking at someone like Devin Vassell saying, could we get, and then the names have to start coming in, the contracts have to start coming into the equation. But you think about the players out there, no one really jumps off the screen right now as like they should go get this guy this second. But I don't know, man. Say things continue to downturn in Boston, or they decide they need to make a cap move or something. Like, I'm pretty sure Derek White's going to be there forever, but that, returning him to San Antonio, could that be something they look into? Vassell and draft capital. Like, there's different things that I think the Spurs should really look into this season. Maybe not being jumpy at it, but just they should be willing to make their team better. I do agree that you want to give Dylan Harper more than 8 seconds to get acclimated to the NBA competition level and environment. I think to no fault of his, like, he's going to struggle at the very start because the Spurs are good. They're not your typical team with a number 2 overall pick. So he's going to have more eyes on him than typically would be. Guys overvalue draft selection, like, when it comes to, this rookie's going to come in and make this team amazing. Like, well, if they were that bad, they're probably going to continue to be that bad. But the Spurs aren't that kind of team. The Spurs are good. So what can Harper bring to the table right away? I think it's all going to kind of be found money. That said, I think Bryant is pivotal for them and also signals Devin Vassell potentially being moved, maybe even before a Keldon Johnson type. So I don't know. I'm looking into deals if I'm them. I'm looking into.
This is the game I like to play, and I mean, I play it probably more than just about anybody, and I mean that's kind of what we're doing right now, anyways. But like the pieces on this team, like my answer to Memphis would be no, but the pieces on this team, if everybody developed their full ceiling that you can project and see, do you think they have a championship roster right now? Because I do. If everybody developed their full potential.
I mean, that's insane, but like,
right. The chances
yeah,
are literally closer to 0. I mean, that everybody develops
right.
it.
But yes,
Okay.
sure. I think
because there's very few teams like that. I mean,
I would say there's like at least 10.
I mean, you're just a believer in those two-way guys more than just about most. So that's a
Listen,
different story.
if everyone on the
like the fit's got
Cavaliers,
to be
Knicks,
there too.
Nuggets, Rockets, Clippers, Thunder, Bucks, Sixers,
either Rockets are out with
Warriors, Spurs, like that's like 10 teams, dude. Like that's
the
a lot.
Warriors. You think they have what it takes on the team right now?
Quentin Post and Moses Moody and Jonathan Kuminga and Buddy Hield and I don't know, Jimmy Butler and Stephen Curry are really good and their full potential. Yeah, they have a chance. Trace Jackson Davis, full potential. Draymond Green, yeah, they have a championship level team.
I did forget they just signed Al Horford. I mean, because I was gonna say they're still.
That's what changed it for you.
I mean, you're the two-way fringe guy, and that shit matters. I mean,
Draymond Green, Jimmy Butler, Stephen Curry, Moses Moody.
Yeah, but Draymond's been small and he's declined drastically the last few years to me.
Brother.
I'm not saying.
All right.
Sure
can we just pivot to the Warriors because they're literally on the list.
I love it.
So
Spurs
should buy but not at the
They
cost
need
of
a
anything
3-4, if
that they're
anything.
currently building. Yeah,
Yeah.
Devin Vassell upgrade at that spot, which is not some easy thing to do, but a consolidation deal where they take Vassell and insert draft capital or young player that isn't, mortgaging their future in. And I think you've got something. So
If the
Spurs,
Sixers suck, go get Paul George.
sure. Golden State Warriors next up on the list. They just add Al Horford, looking like DeAnthony Melton, going to be heading over as well. Like I was just saying, Steph, Buddy, Jimmy, Draymond, and they've got Quentin Post, Horford. They have some different players, man. And I do also think the Kuminga thing ends up, he's going to play for them somehow, some way this season. So, he'll be around. And he's an all right player. I think right now he still has some potential to realize, or a good amount of potential to realize. But I don't think he's like unplayable at this juncture. So Gary Payton II, Pat Spencer, like they've got a cute little roster, man. The Anthony Melton as well. But like, I don't know. I'm looking at Pods. How big can he be for them this year? That's a question. Quentin Post, Trace Jackson Davis, Moses Moody, I think kind of broke out last year. I think he's got it. I think he's going to be a rotation contributor consistently. Like you couldn't always be so sure about that with him. The signs were there in flashes, but not consistently. Now I think you can confidently say Moses Moody is going to be a positive factor for them this next season. So Pods, TJD, Kuminga, how much can they, and Quentin Post, how much can they get out of those guys? How good are they right now, Zach? Let's start there before we start talking about what they need to add. I think this is a top 10 team in the NBA right now. I don't think that should be some hot take. But are they stuck there, or do we have some room for growth? Like the Kuminga thing kind of stands out, but I know I'm asking a million questions. So
there's a lot of questions there.
Right now?
I mean, it looks to be very, very, very unfinished. Especially the Kuminga deal lingering. Man, I don't even think Gary Payton signed. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Payton and DeAnthony Melton can't sign until they sign Kuminga. So
wow,
they
committed. So unfinished. They got big holes right now, big issues. I mean, the pieces aren't massive, but like they're pieces for sure that would complete the puzzle. It's just, would they be significant enough pieces coming back for those pieces? Because they're not a contender, as is with the roster without Kuminga and without Gary Payton. I mean, the depth is terrible right now. I do believe in Trace Jackson Davis taking another leap. I don't think Pods is going to get a ton better. I'm not huge on him, but Jimmy Butler was the big concern for me last year. I mean, he had probably his worst playoffs in, I don't know, 6-7 years or something. He has to have a bounce back. It's only year 15 for him. And another year with Steph Curry. He seemed to enjoy it there. Seems to be reinvigorated. Moses, I think, will improve a bit.
How good are they?
Moses, I don't think his ceiling's very high.
But how good is this team? How good is this team?
Right. So right now, if say they don't get Kuminga, I don't know who would Kuminga bring back. This team, looking at it as is right now, I'd say they're 5th, 6th seed, maybe even an 8th seed.
And what moves do you see? Like, can they take Kuminga? Can they take Kuminga and Pods and deal them with some draft capital for an upgrade? Like, what is out there? Is Lauri Markkanen still an option for this team? Would he help? Would he help that much? Because they have then Lauri and Draymond feels like a great combination, especially with Horford. So could they do Kuminga and Buddy? For like, I don't know exactly.
I want Buddy to stay there. I love Buddy being there.
But if they have Lauri, then Buddy's a bit redundant, right? So they can play Melton more or play Payton more.
They need shooting then.
They need defense too. So if you have
I mean, their
Steph,
defense last year was good.
yeah, but if you're adding Lauri Markkanen and removing someone physical like
Right.
Kuminga, so
Moving
so
some
Kum,
defense.
Kuminga and like it's tough, but maybe draft capital. Like I think this team should still be in on Lauri, and I think Steph, Jimmy, Lauri, Draymond, Horford, Steph, Jimmy. Oh my God, yeah, right. That would be like the crazy, like
You
big,
want to?
small lineup. But I would also do like I would, Steph, Healed, Jimmy, Lauri, Draymond, 5 is pretty sweet. If they trade Buddy, something some Moody then in there. Steph, Moody, Jimmy, Draymond, Lauri. But like there's something there. The Warriors can buy and be a better team. I don't know who should they
Yeah,
go
you're
for
either
in
gonna
your
love
opinion.
this or you're gonna call me an idiot again. Either way, all good. I think this guy's a good fit with everybody besides Draymond, which is a big deal. I mean, you can try to work him in different shifts, but I love his passing ability. They needed the rebounding.
Nick
Do-
Claxton?
Domantas Sabonis.
Ah, um, yeah, good
I
fit
think
with
he would be a
everyone but
sick
Draymond is
hub next to
hilarious.
Curry, man, and Buddy. I think he'd be sick.
That has to be the Draymond pivot. Like I think the Kings
Hell
like
yeah.
Draymond too.
Kings
So
would.
it's
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Draymond and pods and
And
picks for
Draymond and
Sabonis.
Kaminga. There's your
Draymond,
Kaminga.
Draymond, Kuminga, pods and picks for Sabonis.
I'm loving that. This very instant. Sign me up.
Steph, Healed, Jimmy, Domas, Horford.
Yeah, give them all your young guys. Take
You
DeMar
you
back.
keep Moses. You keep Moses.
Yeah, there you go.
DeMar.
I'm trying to get kinky at getting these guys a little better. I mean,
How much
because if
money?
you're gonna
How much money are the Kings going to send out in this one trade? The Warriors cannot match that without trade.
if you're sending out Draymond and Kaminga, it's pretty
Okay,
close.
I get Draymond, Kuminga, Pods, and someone else for like Sabonis and DeMar is not. Steph and DeMar is not a fit, man.
No,
That's
it 100% is not. But DeMar's getting to the 6-man point in his career. Actually,
I get yeah, and if you're trading Pods, then you want okay. You know
as
what,
long as
man?
you got
Honestly,
defense to
screw it.
make up for it.
Honestly, screw it. Sure,
You're
man.
not getting
Sure.
much better than that.
Sure.
I'm
What the
telling
hell?
you that.
What the hell? Sure. Okay, so we got some trade ideas on the table for the Warriors. We got 2 teams left. I want to wrap this up, and I think these next 2 teams should be pretty easy to get through. The Detroit
All right, who
Pistons,
would you
man.
have, Sabonis or Zion for the Warriors?
Sabonis.
All right, good. I agree.
But we'll see Zion this year because if this weight loss thing is legit, it's really easily Zion. It's really easily Zion because Steph and Zion would be disgusting. Disgusting. So if his health is reliable, if he's in shape, this, that, the third, it's easily Zion. Let's go to the Pistons, man. Let's go to the Pistons. Some weird offseason stuff from them because they kind of had to, right? Malik Beasley, they replaced with Karis LeVert. What do you think of it? What do you think of the Pistons offseason overall?
Not a fan, man. Not a fan. I'm not a Karis LeVert guy. I was for like a hot second for
They're gonna have Ivy back, and they added Duncan Robinson. Like, what?
Consider you're retaining a guy from injury coming back.
But they got Duncan Robinson. Okay, there's an addition.
Malik Beasley's a big miss, and man, yeah, this is a bad offseason.
Yeah, man. Like
It's
what?
tough. This team is tough because
They needed to win those Nickeil
believe.
Alexander Walker sweepstakes, man.
Yes, you're 100% right there. You wanted to
LeVert is
believe
not
they
the
were gonna
same.
just keep getting better with a guy like Cade Cunningham in the playoff he had.
They gave him a serious roster last year for the first time in his life,
and they didn't do much better this year. But to
no,
their credit, they can't. It's hard to say Malik Beasley was their problem. Dude, I hate this roster improvement. I really do.
So what moves can they make?
Yeah, I mean, Lauri Markkanen's the best fit right now, and other than that, it's small pieces around the fringes.
Would
Kuminga would be an option, I think.
Where's the upgrade? What's the upgrade? Who's he an upgrade on?
I mean, Tobias, more upside, better defense. No, Memphis ain't got nobody. It's
Yeah,
very
man.
hard to fill this one. I mean, I can fly a lot off the top when it comes.
Laurie would be a big move for them, but how much should they be willing to give up? I would say Tobias, Ivy, and no more than one first round pick. No more than one first round pick.
Like, is Utah gonna
Nothing more than that.
Because Utah's got the guard situation intact for a little bit longer. I don't think
I mean, they just lost Sexton and Clarkson for nothing because one of them on purpose. And they have the young guys, right? They have Keontae George and Isaiah Collier, but
I
that's
guess
not
Ivy
that's
could definitely start over Collier for sure.
yeah, and he could be part of their, rebuild, their upward ascent there. I think if Utah's ownership is done tanking, they might not move Laurie, but would they move him if they're bad and it seems like nothing is going to make them good and buying would be short-sighted? So Harris, Ivy, and a first all of a sudden doesn't look so bad. Should there be other teams like the Warriors who are a little bit more desperate, like the 76ers who are a little bit more desperate to make those moves? Yes, there should be, and they should offer more. But if they don't, these guys should be in the conversation. So Pistons, these teams are all buyers. We agree these guys all need to buy. But the Pistons, like, they don't need to be super duper aggressive. They probably should shake something up because looking at this roster, I don't see what's gonna galvanize this team to any improvement at all.
I think the Toronto Raptors have to figure out something. They just have way too much going on, and obviously they're just trying to fill the best roster they can and then figure it out from there. But
are you suggesting Scotty?
I mean, that's the one that come to mind. That'd be amazing to pair with Cade, but
I think Manny Quick could be really good off of Cade.
Yeah, you need more shooting there now that Blake Beasley's gone because Duncan's
quickly
like shoot. Simons is sick if you got good defense everywhere else.
So get quickly because he can defend. Yeah, okay. You sold me.
You like his defense better than me, so yeah. I mean,
Quickly's good on defense. He's 6'3" with a 6'9" wingspan. He's
better defender than
hands.
Simons for sure. Yeah.
Even that's not a conversation.
Yeah, it's not a compliment either. So yeah, I don't see anybody else they'd be interested in really. The Raptors.
I would see if what the Raptors would want for Quickly. I think the Raptors are a little bit stuck with the sunk cost thing there because they took so long to move on from OG Anunoby that, to no fault of IQ or RJ's, they kind of need to do a lot to make that trade feel worth it. Jonathan Mobo as well. Unfair to him, but
RJ Barrett would be crazy, but he ain't leaving Toronto. They're all
that's an upgrade on the Karis LeVert spot for sure. Is that the sell?
I love RJ in Detroit.
They have Ron Holland. They have Cade and Ron Holland.
Dude, you do not think RJ
they just drafted Ron Holland 5th overall to be what RJ is in Toronto.
He'll never be RJ.
Interesting.
I'm not a Ron Holland guy.
We'll hold on to that.
Yeah, please do.
We'll hold on to that. Final team on the list. It's a team that was not supposed to be in this segment. It's a team that was not supposed to be having their name uttered today, but unfortunately needs to because of something they could not control. Fred Van Vleet got injured. The Houston Rockets were in our contenders list. They were up there after the Kevin Durant acquisition, after the breakout all-star season from Alperen Şengün, after the defensive and offensive prowess of Amen Thompson was on display, after the Jabari Smith Jr. extension. But Fred Van Vleet goes down. And I don't think this is something you can slap an Anthony Simons-sized Band-Aid on, because what Fred did for them was leadership, championship experience, experience playing with a defensive-oriented, championship-winning locker room and being a key part of one of those teams. So Fred Van Vleet was really someone who meant a lot to this Rockets team. And this is, I think, one of the teams in the league that would benefit from having Fred most out of all the teams in the NBA. So it's really stinks that they get this great roster. He goes to Houston. They're not very good. They build something up. They get this good roster with Kevin Durant, and now he gets hurt before he can kind of enjoy the fruits of his labor for them. Really sucks. Zach, what guard can the Rockets trade for to help make up for this? Because I'm having trouble coming up with a name. I don't know who gives them the experience they need besides like a Mike Conley buy low.
It's sad because we were all in on these guys being a true contender, and it's such a fun team. Like grind, and I love everything that this team stood for. Really.
So great and grind. You know who played for a team with grit and grind?
Yeah.
Mike Conley. Mike Conley.
Take him, but he ain't doing shit. I'll hand you him.
My point is,
he's a great
what can
human.
they do? What can they do?
Okay, here's my starting question for you. What are they really going to miss about Fred Van Vleet? Is you think
shooting, physicality on defense,
a little bit of everything, right? A little bit of everything. Do you think his leadership or his skill, his play is going to be more important?
Both. You didn't have to pick one. Both.
All right. Where's his leadership coming from on this roster otherwise?
Kevin Durant.
Is KD that guy? I don't think Şengün's that guy.
Does Chris Paul want to return to Houston before his return to Los Angeles lasts too long?
There you go. I definitely don't think that's happening because I think he's
Me neither.
Very excited for that.
So Mike Conley, dude. Who else besides Mike Conley?
What I'm getting at is you can get a talent. You didn't really answer my question, which is fine, but
because I
was trying to make it easier for me. Anthony Simons is just fine and gets it done for me because I think KD can be a good enough leader. Because to me, it's more about the talent, more about the play style. Reed Shepherd, like I believe that he's going to be good for him. I do believe
this year, season,
this year, like he's.
So then I understand the Simons thing. To be honest.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So outside of Simons, it needs to be a lot better than Mike Conley. I'll tell you that. That's why. I mean, quickly, if you're able to get him, that'd be cool.
That would do it.
Yes, that would do it. I agree. That would do it. I prefer Simons there. I really do.
Really? Why? Because he'd be
because I think they have defense.
Less expensive?
I think they have defense. No, I just think they ran a little dry in the playoffs with scoring. That's why you get KD.
That's why you get KD. So they need
correct.
Defense.
But KD, I mean, you need some support for him because he gets injured a lot, and
they need defense.
guard play. And Simons, here's the thing: Fred's a way better passer and playmaker than Simons, and that's not saying much either.
Can they send Fred back to Toronto in a quickly deal? Do his rehab there?
That would be wild. I don't even know if that's like, it's not comparable to Dame because that was a bad falling out, I think. Oh man, I don't.
FVV back to Toronto for Emmanuel Quickley, who will be great off of Amen Thompson, Kevin Durant, and Alperen Şengün. Call the league office, get on the horn with ADAM Silver, and put that trade through. What does that package look like? So Fred,
if De'Aaron Fox doesn't work out with Harper, he'd be really good there too.
For sure, but also then Fox, Durant, Şengün, like I think you're creating a weird team. I think you need someone like Quickley who's good off the ball. Like,
but LP, man, can be a hub. He can be a pretty good hub. That's why Fred works there. You don't need an amazing playmaker by any means.
That's why Quickley works there.
Right. No, I agree.
Okay. So yeah.
There's options.
Emmanuel Quickley to the Rockets, Lauri Markkanen to the Sixers, Warriors, and Pistons.
Lauri Markkanen everywhere that doesn't have Jaren Jackson Jr.
Norm Powell to the Bucks, Grizzlies, Pistons, Rockets. Norm Powell everywhere. Norm Powell for everyone. You get a Norm Powell. You get a Norm Powell. Look under your seat. Everyone gets a Norm Powell.
Norm Paul bobblehead night.
So yeah, man, that's the buyers. If you can do the math, we have 5 teams remaining to talk about. Just 5. They will come in another episode, the final episode, the 4th and final episode of this 2026 season preview. This was the 3rd. The first 2 are available right on our channel. You can see the sellers, the tankers. You can see the teams to buy stock in, that first group of buyers. This is your second group of buyers. Contenders coming soon. Hopefully we'll have the 3 pod members all together for that one. Shout out to Al, who couldn't make it tonight, but that's our guy. Thanks for everyone who tuned in. Make sure you remember to subscribe, or at least just leave us a thumbs up and a nice comment. Like, you don't even have to really subscribe like that. If you just leave a thumbs up and a nice comment, it's not that
That
deep.
helps.
All right.
It all helps.
Have a good one. 5-star
there,
review if
people.
you're listening audio only. Almost at 500 subs on YouTube. I should say that. We got 489 right now. If 11 of you go hit subscribe, we'll have 500, and that would be pretty sweet for there to be 500 of y'all that enjoy talking basketball with us.
We'll do a giveaway at 750.
750. What are you giving away at 750?
We'll give away something good.
What about
tickets to a game or something?
I was gonna say a jersey. But two tickets could play too. So giveaway at 750 subs. I like that. I like not waiting for
sure 1,000, but
give it to them at 750, and then a bigger one at 1,000. Why not let it fly? I'm wide open. All right, we'll catch y'all. See you guys next time. Be good. Run with scissors, and tune back in on all things NBA from A to Z, presented by ballislife.com. That's Zach. I'm KP. We'll see you next time.